Hello, Mike Corrende here, trailer system trainer, and I am at the Salt Lake City OC with Max Gonzalez, and today we are going to be working on a container panel replacement.
Safety first and always. Please use the proper PPE, whether it's cut-resistant gloves or anything else. Page 10 of the new hire training plan has all the Imperial part numbers you need. First, let's begin by assessing the damage. We're going to take our before pictures and attach them to the work order. Here, we're going to work on replacing one panel on this container. Whether you are welding or torching, please use the proper PPE. Let's begin by cutting this panel out. We're going to start by using a torch. A torch will work if that's all you have to use. You're going to have to get good at cutting those straight lines. A preferred method would be using the plasma cutter. That'll give you straighter lines. Now that you've got the panel cut out, let's drop it down and get it out of the way. As you can see, we tried both methods here, torch and the plasma cutter. Now we're going to use the plasma cutter to clean up some of the rough edges. You want to get as close to the base rail and other panel as possible to save yourself a lot of grinding. Here we're looking at the way the last panel overlaps onto the door frame. You're going to want to use a chisel tool to separate that. With as much of the panel material removed as possible, it's time to grind down whatever's left. And here's what it looks like all cleaned up. Through some movie magic, let's go to the Chicago shop. Now instead of just doing one panel, we're replacing two panels. We're picking up where all the grinding is taking place, preparing our panels for installation. Now that we have the panels we need, or the panels that we can make work, take your measurements, measure twice, cut once. In this case, we measured the panels. They were a little too long, so we had to take a little bit off. Mark your panel. If you have a plasma cutter or a die grinder, use that to cut off the excess panel material and clean off the edges of the panel in preparation for installation. Here's a look at a tool that the shop had fabricated to add extra support between the top rail and the floor. When putting the panels into place, remember they will overlap the post on the left and the door frame on the right. Get them into position and tack weld them into place. The center is always going to be butt welded. Here's a look at the tacks towards the back, the middle, and an overall look of the panels all tacked into place and prepared for being solidly welded all the way around and in the middle. Having your machine set up properly is going to give you a successful weld every time. Dissipate the heat though. Work left side, right side, top, bottom, and center. Now we're going to prep these panels for a little primer and some paint. Remember to mask off the areas you don't want to get paint on. Pay attention to those weld areas and give them a little extra primer. Now it's time to go ahead and paint. Depending on what type of application you're doing, whether it's a sprayer, a can, a brush and roller, just follow your leader's instructions for your shop on how to get that done. Here's a look at the panels painted up from the outside. Now let's go inside. We're going to want to clean the panel and prep it for priming and painting on the inside as well. But before that, we're going to add some caulk on the inside. We're going to do a light check just to verify there are no gaps, no place we missed when we were welding. The caulk will just make sure that it gives it that watertight seal. Now it's time for this paint primer mixture to be added to the inside panel. And here's a look at what it looks like when it's done. Remove your masking tape and install your decals. Take your after pictures, attach them to the work order. Thanks for watching, and as always, if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to the training team.